Listen, I've been thinking. When I finish at college, I don't have to go straight to university. I mean, if I get my grades and that, then I could take a year out. Loads of people do it. And then when I do start, the baby could go to the creche.
If there is one.
Well, I think they all have them.
So, what will you do in this year out, then?
I don't know, stay at home with the baby. You know, if you wanted to carry on working at the cabin.
Yeah, providing Rita keeps my job open.
Well, if she doesn't, then you could stay at home and I could get a job, or we could both do part-time. Look, I'm just saying that either way, it's not going to be a problem.
And is that what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love that. For us to be together as much as possible, the three of us. Oh, hiya.
Morning.
All right, we were just talking about after the baby's born.
Oh.
Look, I know it's a bit boring for you, but don't worry, we're not going to ask you to babysit all the time.
Yeah, when we do, we won't stop out all night, will we?
Hey, you could be a godfather, couldn't he?
Yeah, that's a brilliant idea.
Any sign?
No, I reckon she's still asleep.
Well, we can't wait much longer.
I know.
Hey, soft ollies, do you mind? Some of us are trying to get a kip in here.
Well, if you don't like it, you know where you can go, don't you?
It'll take more than Teddy Wogan to get rid of me, baby doll.
Now. Do you fancy going for a drink at lunchtime then, Curly?
Sorry, I'll be at work all day.
What, all day? Don't you get a lunch hour?
No, I'll be there till 6 o'clock tonight. See you around the corner at 11:30.
Rightio.
I almost wish I hadn't gone.
Oh, don't be silly. I don't see what either of us could have done to prevent it anyway. Probably happened when they were on holiday themselves.
I was thinking about Martin, really.
Oh, yes, of course. So now what's he going to do?
Well, he'd like to go back to the hospital.
Why doesn't he then?
He's going to try. But in a nutshell, he's on the nursing manager's blacklist.
Never.
Apparently.
Well, who is this man? I mean, what's his name?
York. Jeff York. Why?
No, just wondered, that's all.
Well, have you told them? I say, have you set out?
It's not that easy.
Your trouble is you don't know when you're being taken advantage of, and put your hat straight, you look like Frank Sinatra.
Yes, Uncle Fred.
Don't look at me like that. You are the public face of the British meat industry. So think on where you're at with pride. Now, where was I?
Me being taken advantage of.
That's right. So if you don't get him out sharpish, I'll have to do it for you. And I won't mince my words.
No.
Yes, love.
I owe you an apology. I was very rude.
Oh, no, forget it there, but for the grace of God.
Yeah, but you've pulled all the stops out for me. You couldn't have done more. Well, I just thought I'd better say thanks for the help.
Well, I mean, I'm very upset by the whole business. I like you. I don't want either of you to be unhappy.
Dare say we'll get over it. Will you tell Tracy that I'll be in touch about moving me stuff out the house?
Oh, but that sounds so final.
Well, it is final. That dinner last night was the last straw. Why won't you come clean about Dan?
I don't know. But look, if she wakes up this morning and comes to her senses...
Do you honestly believe that?
Would you still be willing to try and patch it up?
Look, I've got to get back to London. I've already taken too much time off work over this. I can't hang around waiting for the truth from Tracy.
The cabin?
The whole lot. The business.
What, she's just given it to you?
Yeah, I think so. You know her better than I do. She's not gone a bit dotty, has she?
Well, there were side effects from that gas business, but recently she seemed pretty normal.
So has she done anything like this before? Behaving a bit, you know, impulsive, over the top?
Well, the reverse, I'd say. Mind you, she did give me £5,000 once right out the blue.
Did she? What was that all about?
Well, I think it was more for the girls. Ted had just died and, well, Rita had no family around her and I think she wanted to be a sort of honorary grandma to Rosie and Sophie.
And were there any strings attached?
Oh, no, it was nothing like that. I think she would have been upset if I'd gone on a world cruise or put a deposit down on a house in London, but, oh, no, there were no conditions. In fact, she's been very good to me, Rita. Treated me almost like a daughter. Mind you, she's never minced her words. but she's always there for you when you need her.
Trouble is, I can't help feeling there's something she hasn't told me. Like, what's in it for her?
Well, she'll see more of you. That's not a bad thing, is it? So have you told her you're going to take it?
Well, I said I'd think about it and let her know.
Well, if something's worrying you, maybe you should talk it through with her, so you both know what you're letting yourselves in for, and neither of you'll have any regrets.
Yeah. Thanks, Sally.
Now, listen, I've just been on the phone to a council friend of mine. He's a trustee of the hospital and he knows this Yorkie chap, so he's going to have a quiet word in his ear.
Did you mention Martin's name?
Of course I did, why not?
Because he'll go spare if he thinks someone's trying to help him get a job. You know what he's like.
Well, don't tell him, because I won't. Oh, anyway, with any luck, he should be getting a phone call. What's wrong? Now, come on. Martin is a good nurse. He deserves a job.
Well, she hasn't mentioned it now.
Hey, it says he can't drink alcohol. It'll save me a few quid.
Hey, you, never mind your money. It's the baby's health that matters.
I know. Did you ask about flying in case we go back to Canada?
Well, no, but I expect it's in here somewhere.
Is that what it looks like?
Size of a bean, yeah?
Oh, all right, mate. Can I get you one?
Oh, it's all right.
Oh, come on, what are you having?
Honest. I just wanted a word. I've been talking to my Uncle Fred. It's bad news, I'm afraid.
What about?
You can't have baby in the house of me.
Well, all right then, we'll have it in garden, in the shed.
Yeah, or in a kennel.
I'm not joking. He's got a thing about babies. It's his house, so what can I do? Anyway, there it is. I'm going to have to find somewhere else.
Right. I've just been round the back. There's no sign of anyone.
I can't see anyone about.
Got the key.
I'll call the cops. You can't stay in there forever.
Why don't you just give yourselves up?
Hey, do you mind talking to my poor little boy like that? You all right, Tyrone? Aye. Open the door, kiddo. And you two, stay away from him, or else there'll be trouble, OK?
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, Sharon, that's lovely. That's a big help.
Yeah, well, I bumped into Sally. She gave me a lift. She was telling me how you got a soft spot for her two little girls.
Oh, well, they know where to come for a bag of sweeties.
Yeah, so she said.
Anyway, have you thought any more about what we talked about last night?
Yeah. And I think we need to discuss it a bit more.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I mean, in principle.
Well, what I'm not clear about... Well, put it like this. Yesterday was my birthday, right? And I'd have been happy with a box of chocolates. If it had been a gold watch, I'd have said you were overdoing it. But the cabin, the business, your livelihood... What I mean, Rita, is... Why?
And do you know what my answer to that would be? Why not?
Yeah, but I just happened to have landed on your doorstep. What if I hadn't?
Well, you did. I don't see what that's got to do with it.
Sally was saying how you felt very alone after Ted died.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, and she also mentioned about the money for the girls.
What else has she been saying? This is Sally talking, questioning my motives. It's got nothing to do with Sally Webster.
No, I know it's not. But what she said made me wonder.
Well, I rather wish you hadn't told her. It's between you and me, this. Who else have you told?
No one. I only mentioned it to her because, well, I was already having some misgivings. Oh, Rita, can't we just carry on as we are? See how it goes, see how we get on together. See, I'm not sure if I'm ready to take on such a big commitment.
It's not just about the shop, is it, Sharon? You think I want you to make a commitment to me because I'm a lonely old woman. Well, it's not like that.
Well, anyway, I think it's best if, well, like I say, we leave things as they are. I'm sorry.
Not stopping. Just come to drop these off.
Time for a cuppa?
Told Roy I'd be 5 minutes.
Well, hang on before you go. I've just had a phone call from the hospital. I've got an interview tomorrow.
Oh, great.
Well, it's not. It's suspicious.
Why?
Well, I've got no chance, have I? And it's Jeff York giving the interviews.
Well, why have they asked you in?
Well, search me. That's probably one of those internal appointments they're supposed to advertise.
Of course it's not. How do you know?
Well, they're always doing that. Anyway, why should I give them the pleasure of rubbing my nose in the dirt? I don't think I'll bother going.
Oh, come on, Martin. You know as well as I do they're crying out for nurses.
Yeah, well, that's how I feel in the morning, eh?
I've done nothing wrong, and Robert's behaving as if I had. So it's obvious that he doesn't trust me.
All right, this Dan, who you did or didn't kiss, you say he's separated from his wife. Wasn't anything to do with you.
No, of course it wasn't. He'd split up from her, and he was in a bad way. He just wanted someone to talk to about it. And, well, we're only workmates.
Are you sure you're telling me everything?
All we did, and I mean it, is go out for a couple of drinks together now and again.
Behind Robert's back?
I don't have to tell Robert everything. He should trust me.
All right. You meet up with this Dan for a drink to discuss his marital problems. You're an expert, are you?
He's a mate.
No more. So did he want anything else, apart from your expert advice?
What do you mean?
Did he want a bit of comfort as well? I mean, men often do in these situations.
I've not been unfaithful to Robert, honestly.
No, you've said. So, this Dan, would he have entertained the idea, do you think?
They're in an affair? I don't know.
Oh, come on, Tracy. You're seen kissing him and then you start meeting up with him on the quiet.
Yeah, all right, he did. He did want to get serious.
I see.
But I didn't. I told him that I was happy with Robert and I didn't want to spoil everything.
Then why on earth did you go on seeing him?
Because I like his company. He's a laugh, unlike my uptight husband.
Well, who can blame Robert? You're knocking about with a bloke who wants to have an affair with you.
Well, Robert didn't know that part of it.
I think he's guessed. God, if you ask me, Tracy, Robert found out about this in the nick of time before things went any further between the two of you. Oh, Tracy. Don't make the mistakes I made. Robert's a good bloke. Stick to him.
Hi. Oh, Leanne, will you do us a favour? Will you nip up to Roy's and get us a couple of Eccles cakes? I'm feeling a bit peckish. I'm sure you are.
OK.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rita.
Thank you. So, I believe you've been having a little chat to Sharon.
Oh, yeah, about the cabin.
And about the money I gave you, which I thought we had agreed was private.
Well, it just came up. I'm sorry, there's no harm done, is there?
What are you trying to do? Chuck a spanner in the works?
You what?
Because that's what it sounds like. Of course, it all makes sense now, doesn't it? Were you hoping that one day I'd leave everything to you? That I'd lose contact with Sharon and Jenny and that you'd get the pickings?
Rita, that's a terrible thing to say. Of course I didn't.
Then why did you plant all this suspicion in Sharon's mind?
All I said was that if she had any doubts, which she did, that she ought to talk them through with you first. I said it for you as much as for her.
Really?
Well, yeah. Suppose there was a misunderstanding between you. You could be left high and dry. Honestly, Rita, I don't want to see you get hurt, not after everything you've done for me. Of course I don't.
Right. Just have to take your word for it.
Cheers. Hiya, Judy. Hiya. Bottle of log, please, girl. Right. Hey, how's your two little babies?
Oh, you mean last night? I think it was a bit of colic. Our Rebecca first, then she woke William, and then he wouldn't go back.
Oh, no problem, girl. I was just worried. Hey, listen, Judy, if our Tyrone's playing his music too loud, just tell me, won't you? Because I don't want to be falling out with me neighbours.
No, of course you don't.
Have you heard her? Makes you want to puke.
It's all right, lads. Don't worry. Tyrone is on duty, just in case you get any funny ideas.
We've no chance.
The trouble is we put her on the alert now. Of course, we could just go around and let ourselves in.
Tyrone's there. She just said so.
Yes, so there's two of us and one of him.
You mean a fight?
Well, it might not come to that. With a bit of luck.
With a bit of luck. With my luck, it'll be a bloodbath and it'll be all my blood.
Not necessarily. I mean, he can't go out and get help, can he? Because we won't let him back in. And knowing her, she'll be here till closing time at least. Come on, let's drink up.
Please, let me get you both a drink.
No thanks, we're not thirsty.
Well, it's not my fault. It was my Uncle Fred's.
And he wants us out as soon as possible.
I'm afraid so.
Just because Leanne's given birth in 7 months.
To give you plenty of time to find somewhere else.
Right, yeah, not because he doesn't want people to see how insensitive he is.
It's not like that.
Oh, come on, Ashley, you're our mate. Can't you get around him somehow?
You're joking.
Well, not exactly in those words.
But she concedes that he had grounds for jealousy.
I suppose so.
Well, it's a pity she didn't admit it before.
Aye.
Because, quite honestly, he's had as much as he can take. He's going back to London, looking for somewhere else to live.
It's all so unnecessary. What a waste of 2 lives.
Yet she still insists that nothing's been going on with this chap.
Oh, yeah.
And you believe her?
Yes, I do. At least, I'm sure things didn't go very far.
Well, she's been behaving very naively. What's she doing at the moment?
I've left her on her own in the flat. I've said all I can say.
Should I make us a cup of tea?
No, you're all right. I'll make it. You carry on with what you were doing.
But I'm only reading.
Yeah, I'll just leave her on her own for another hour. I mean, if I go back now, we'll only start all over again.
I'll stay as long as you like.
Right, do as we're saying, you won't get hurt. Perhaps he's gone out.
Bolt the doors.
What's going on? What do you think you're playing at?
This is not a game. This is for real.
Well, I'm not moving out of this house. I don't care what you do.
Right, listen, sit down there.
Yeah, just be quiet, and you won't come to any harm.
So, what you gonna do?
Just keep quiet.
Can we have the telly back on?
You don't think it really was our fault, do you? Showing her a bad example.
I think it was just a cheap jibe to divert attention from the real issue. She felt cornered at that dinner.
She was very upset at the time.
Depends which time you're referring to.
Every time. I think we were both as guilty as each other.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's a wonder we're still talking to each other. I often think that. Oh, Ken, what are we gonna do with her?
Well, all she got to do is tell him the truth, get some make-up.
Exactly.
Then why won't she?
Because she refuses to climb down off her high horse. She just can't bear to admit that she's at fault. Do you know what I think? I think we should try again. We should get them together first thing in the morning, and then she can tell him what she's told me.
In return for some of the revenue, they are now
Only me. I've got a couple of veggie pies and some sandwiches.
How long are you thinking of staying?
Indefinitely.
Till you and your mum see some sense.
And you think she's gonna give you the keys just like that? You know what she's like, no chance. Anyway, we've got nowhere else to go.
Well, in that case, it's going to get a little bit crowded, because we ain't going anywhere either.
She gets violent.
So will I.
No, I'm serious. GBH, especially when she's been drinking.
Look, this is my house. That's my furniture, that's my carpet, it's mine. It's not yours or your mum's.
Yeah, well, you can live anywhere. You've got a job and friends to put you up. We haven't.
It's not my problem.
She'll fight you for it. I know she will. She'll use anything. Knife, bottle, glass. She's done it before. And the next thing you know, cops around and she's back inside. She's only out on licence. Puts one foot wrong and that's it. I'm in care, and you're in hospital.
You can't intimidate us.
Hey, well, don't say I didn't warn you.
So, come on, tell me, what's worrying you?
Well, it's just such a big step. I feel I'd be burning me boats.
Well, you want to go back to Nottingham? You've just taken Alex flat on.
Yes, renting it, but taking on the cabin's something else. Anyway, I'm not even sure I'm cut out for the job.
You are. Believe me, you're more suited than I am.
Well, I know I got a kick out of being in charge, but that was when I thought it was just for a couple of weeks. Anyway, I thought you weren't too keen on my approach.
Oh, well, what do I know? I'm living in the past. I'd have been the same at your age.
I'm not sure. Besides, the business is your income. What will you live on?
Well, I'll manage. I'll maybe give you a hand. Do a few hours here and there. You pay me the going rate. I don't need much.
So, you want to carry on working?
Well, that's up to you. If you don't want me to, you just say.
No, of course I do. I need to learn the business.
No, what I'm saying is, I'll be taking a back seat. I'm giving you carte blanche. I can't say fairer than that. It'll be your business to run how you want.
Well, it is hard to resist.
So, what'd you say?
Oh, go on then, I'll give it a go.
Oh, God. Hey, I wish we'd some champagne. We could celebrate.
I'd forgotten how determined you can be.
Oh, you'll make a great success of it. I know you will. So, here's to the cabin. Ooh. Welcome back.
Ha, that's her now.
Oh, are you still up then, lads?
Man, we've got visitors.
Don't tell them anything. I've not done nothing wrong.
No, not the busies. Curly.
What the hell are you doing here?
I'm reclaiming my property.
Out. You heard me. Out now. And you, pasty gob.
We're not budging.
Oh, aren't you now? Well, let me tell you. Neither are we, are we, son?
Nope, I tried telling them, Mum, but they won't listen.
Oh, wouldn't they? Well, get this. I haven't got a job to go to in the morning. You know me, I'm a bit of a night owl. So, I've got as long as it takes.